Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is the Hebrew Jamaican Coolie back again with another video, and in this video I'm going to show you how to change the oil and the oil filter on your 2020 Chrysler Pacifica. So first things first, you're gonna have to lift up the bonnet or the hood, whatever it's called right now, and I'm gonna show you how to get things done. I'm gonna pause. Alright, so first things first, we're going to go inside the car. I'm going to go right underneath to this tab right here. Right? You're going to pull it. And that is going to open up the bonnet. Come back to the front. Reach underneath the middle until you feel a little tab. Right here. You're going to push the tab to your left. Lift up the bonnet. Right, so I'm gonna have to put the phone on a little bit so I can have this thing hold the bonnet up. It's a nice and warm day. It's a real nice and warm day. It's really nice. So, right, there we go. Yeah, then after you put the bonnet up and stuff like that, look, this is the oil that you're supposed to actually be putting in the car. So make sure that whatever oil you purchase, you look on the oil cap. This is the oil cap, right? And you gotta make sure it's supposed to be, see, SAE 0W220. All right, so that's the oil that you need for your car. You make sure you get the right oil. Then the next thing you're gonna need is the where is the there it is. You see that part right there? That is where the oil filter goes. What you're gonna do is that you're gonna open this. The engine is still a little bit hot because I just came off the road, so I might have to let the car cool down for a little bit. So that is the covering for the oil filter. So you're gonna open this basically, and then you pull out the oil filter. I'm going to show you the oil filter right here. Here's the oil filter. When you open it, a small thing right here. So when you open the oil filter box, this is what you're getting for the oil filter. I know it's kind of strange from the oil filter that we're used to having, but this is actually the oil filter, and you got the ring for the oil filter as well, which is very, very important. You don't want to, you need this. You need this to replace the oil ring seal, the old one. This is the new one that comes with it. You should use it. Use it. Don't use the old one. Change it. Alright, so that's what you need so far. Now, in terms of tools, here's what you're going to need to do. If you don't have a pump jack stand, a hydraulic jack stand, hydraulic jack, just use the regular jack that comes with the car, whether it's a scissors jack or other jack. And one thing I would suggest to anybody to get is to get these getting jack stands. They are very, very helpful. Very, very helpful in holding up the car. They bear a lot of weight and stuff like that. They take a lot of weight off of you, because really and truly I don't trust hydraulic jacks, right? And my father taught me that when we're working on cars, you never leave your life in the hands of a jack. You understand? So you jack up the car, you put on the jack stands, and then you work from there. You don't work underneath a car with just a hydraulic jack. The hydraulics can go out, and then that car drop right on top of you, and that's your life. Anyway, people, we're gonna pause it for a little bit. I'm gonna jack up the car from the front, and then I'm gonna place some jacks underneath the wheels, and then we will basically, I'll restart it up from there. It's the car is really hot though. I just came off the street. It's really, really hot. So I don't usually work on the car when it's hot, but there we go. So anyway, so when you're jacking it up, here's what you have to do. You have to find a spot. You have to do it either one out of two ways. Either you jack it up from the wheels, or you basically just find a spot that's the best to jack up. All right, and yeah, that spot is hard to find, so we're just going to, you understand, we're just going to yeah, jack it up by the wheel, and then that's it. Pause. Alright friends, so after the car has been jacked up and you have placed your jack stands underneath the vehicle for safety, here's what you're gonna need. Cardboard box. We use this back home in Jamaica for basically working underneath the car. You understand, when you want to put your back on the ground, you don't need any fancy, you know, fancy boards to be sliding up underneath the car. I see a lot of people waste money on those boards and stuff, and it just doesn't make any sense. Just get a cardboard box, open it up, and it will fit you. See, look at that. Especially if it's sunny, if it's not raining and stuff like that, you don't have to worry about getting wet or nothing like that, you know. So you get your cardboard box. Let's go underneath the car right now, and I'm going to show you where you're going to be pulling the nuts for. Okay guys, sorry about that. So we're going underneath the car right now. Here's the car. We're going underneath, and here's the bolt right here. You don't even have to go too far, and the size of this bolt is 13 millimeters, or you can use a half inch. 13.5 inches, half inch bolt is basically the same size, so you know, can use those two. All right, so I'm gonna get the oil pan and put it there. Let's pause it a little bit. We're gonna pause it a little bit. All right people, so now we're gonna put on the ratchet handle on it. Make sure it's turning left. Pull really tight on it. Oh, it's kind of, all right, got it pulled. All right, so now we're gonna, there we go. So okay, so we don't need to really do that anymore. You can just do this. You can just like turn it, or even take off this too. All right guys, give me a second, my wife is calling. I'm gonna get back to it. Give me a second. Pause. All right people, and we are back, and I'm going to be screwing off the nut for the oil pan. This oil is supposed to be hot though. It's gonna probably burn my hand, so I gotta be careful with how I take it off. I'm gonna be turning it off. Yeah, the bolt itself is hot, so I'm sure that oil is going to like there we go. Yep, just let it drain out. Definitely need a new washer for this. I don't know why I never go and buy a washer, but make sure people, you buy stuff like that, you're gonna need a washer. All right, me putting it back up like this is not good. I should have bought a washer for it. All right, so you're just gonna let it drain out. Continue to finish draining out. Once it's done draining out, then you're just gonna put it back up, tighten it, and change the filter on top. And you can see this is basically taking me like the longest this would take is like 10 minutes. 10 minutes, because it's not a long job. It shouldn't be a long job. It's something that's really simple, real easy to do. You understand? So all I'm doing is just waiting on this right now to drain out and to finish draining. Alright, and that's that. So that's that. So tighten that back up. You can run it up back with your fingers first. And then now, you know, you move the oil pan out the way, because I've accidentally one time put my elbow inside the oil pan. Then you're gonna put this, change the direction on this, and you're gonna tighten this back up. You want to make sure you put some force behind it, because like I said before, remember, this is the oil car. Anyway, this goes off. All right, and that's that. So next thing now is right here. Now last time, if I remember correctly, I used the pliers to open it, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pause the video, get the pliers, and then open it. Okay, people? All right, people, so right now I got the grip, and I'm going to just like grip it and open it. You understand what I'm saying? Just use that grip and open it like this. Open it. Okay, yeah, this should be like real easy now. Yeah, I might have to, I'm going to shut off the video for a little bit and turn it on, you know, but this is what I'm going to use, the grip. Okay guys, so correction, actually, what you can actually do is get a 24 millimeter. What you can actually do is get a 24 millimeter socket, and it will fit right nicely. And then all you got to do is just like, you know, do your thing. There we go. .24 millimeter. So make sure you get the 24 millimeter. Don't use the grip. You know, that's the correction I should make. Use the 24 millimeter bolt. I mean socket, and basically, you know. Oh wow, there goes the old filter. All right, so let's pause it, put the new one in, and then put on also the new seal as well, and then put it back in there. All right, as you can now see, I changed the seal. This little black seal right here, that's the old ring seal, and this is the new filter, new oil filter. You just go like this. Just turn it, keep turning, turn it with your hand until you get to a point where, all right, now it's gotten to that point. Now just bam, get this on it. And just tighten it, and then that should be that. Alright, that's that. Don't need to tighten it no more. Okay, so guess what? 90% of the work is done. You see me? 90% of the work is done. All that's left is to put the oil in the car. Now, listen. Buy a funnel. Make your job easier. You don't have to be no, you know, trying to throw it in on them things. The things are Jamaican thing, but you know, if you don't want to waste on your oil, basically just open it right there and get a funnel. So I'm gonna pause, get my funnel, and then start throwing it in. Alright people, it's now time to throw the oil in. I knew this was leaking. Alright, anyway. Oh, before I finish this, your manual inside your car will tell you how much you need to put in. Alright, so just for my car, it takes the entire thing. And while you're doing it too, you can also just check the dipstick to see how far the oil is. So first thing you do is like you clean the dipstick, and there's a notch on the dipstick. Let me show you right now. There's a notch on the dipstick, right? Come on. Come on. I'm trying to get it to focus. There we go. You see these two notches right here? This is empty and this is full. And that's what the dipstick will be able to tell you if it's empty or full. So as you're pouring in, use the dipstick to tell you where it is. All right. So I'm trying to adjust the camera a little bit so you can actually see. All right. Yeah, that's a good position. So I'm gonna go and put the dipstick back in. Kind of dip it a little bit and you test it. Yeah, it's not ready yet, so you gotta keep pouring till the thing done. Wow. Usually it takes 4 to 5 quarts depending on the vehicle. 4 quarts normal for most vehicles, 5 quarts if it's like a larger vehicle, and then 8 quarts if it's like a box truck. All done. Take your trash, put it to the side. Alright, now we can test it again. Let's test it again and see if, you know, enough oil is in there. I'll have to give it a while too. Basically, I have to start the engine too as well. So, you know, first things first, you have to reset the oil in your car. And let's go do that right now. Because basically everything is done. Everything is done. Make sure you clear the engine. You look and see if you left any tools up here. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to be closing down this bonnet because I still have a little bit more to do underneath the car. There we go. Alright, now. Hey, what's happening? We're going to go inside the car. Ah, frick, forgot that I had this up. Alright, so yeah, here we go. We'll pause it for a little bit. I need to finish some work up underneath the car, then we'll go inside the car and we're gonna have to jack down the car and stuff. So let's pause it for a bit. Alright people, so now I've taken care of everything that I didn't do last time when I basically pull off the radiator and all that stuff. So right now a little bit of clean up a little bit, and let's go in the car and reset the oil. We have to also start the car, let it run for a little bit. First things first. Ooh, it's hot in here. Alright, so basically go through your menu. Go through your menu. Oil change required. Okay. Go through your menu. Turn on some AC in this right now because this is unbelievably hot. So you're gonna go to oil change. You need to go to your oil change. Right there, it's gonna tell you hold OK to reset. To reset oil life, engine must be off. Oops. So let's turn it off. With ignition to on, not run. On. Alright, let's go to, let's do it again. And there you go. Now your oil is back to 100%. You change your oil, you change your filter, and that's it, my friends. You can always drive around the car to test it out to make sure it's okay. That is how you change your oil on the 2020 Chrysler Pacifica. This is Kermani, the Hebrew Jamaican Coolie. I will see you in the next video. Peace. I am out.